Good morning, everybody. I'm Joey, and you've been seasoning eggs wrong your whole life. Today, I'll show you a twist on that old breakfast favorite, the steak and eggs. So follow me, and let's turn up the tasty. I've been eating eggs for nearly 40 years. Scrambled, fried, sunny side up, sunny side down, poached, omelets, hard boiled, you name it, I've had it, and you probably have too. The one thing that the egg lacks is flavor. They're bland, and that's the bad news. The good news is that it pairs well with a variety of flavor profiles and can be used as a blank canvas to turn up the tasty. But again, more bad news here because despite their versatility, most people only use salt and pepper for seasoning, and S&P is the lazy man's option. Throw a dash on in the morning, eat your bland eggs, call it a day, and head out for another boring day at the office. But not me. No, sir, I won't be satisfied with the status quo. I want to set myself free from the shackles of mediocrity, and I want to free you too. But before we get to the eggs, let's start with this steak. There's a lot of videos out there showing you a huge steak with 2 eggs, and that's not really practical if you're feeding people or if you're actually looking to stay awake after breakfast. Now, we recently published a video showing you how to break down an entire beef tenderloin. When you watch that video, you'll see that there are several petite fillets that come from the trimming. Now, these petite fillets really are little giants, so to speak, and they're perfect for steak and eggs. They're lean and just so tender. And if you don't have filet, well, just use another tender steak. Cut it into strips about a ½ inch thick, fajita style, for smaller portions and quicker cooking. But now let's get to the seasoning. The first thing we're gonna do is season these steaks with a Big Tasty steak rub. It's a simple rub we created ourselves using common ingredients found in most kitchens, probably yours too. We've included the link in the description below. We want to get these seasoned thoroughly on both sides. Okay, so I added 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of butter. I've let that melt, and as you can see at home, it's nice and hot. We got some steam coming right off the pan. That tells me it's time to go ahead and drop these steaks in the pan. They won't take long to cook at all, maybe about 2 minutes per side. And just like with any filet mignon, we want to make sure we don't overcook them. So let's go ahead and drop them in now. Oh, now you guys know if you've watched these videos, that right there is the sound of tasty. And we have a couple different size fillets. I mean, these are just really petite fillets left over from the trimmings of our full beef tenderloin. And I mention that because they're all a little bit different shapes and sizes. You may have to pull 1 or 2 of them off before the other ones are done. So now that we got those in there, we're gonna let those cook. Now, if I were making this at home without making a video, I'd actually be doing the steak and the eggs at the same time. But for ease of filming, I'm gonna go ahead and get these cooked all the way through first, and then we'll jump over and I'll show you how to make some change your life eggs. All right, we cooked these steaks here for a total of about 5 minutes, and we're just gonna let them cool, and we're gonna make the eggs, all right? Let's set those to the side. Now, here's the bottom line. With eggs, you're gonna need some fresh herbs to really bring up the flavor profile of those eggs. We recently published a video on how to make chimichurri sauce. It's a flavorful sauce with a little bit of a quirky name, but we've included a link in the description below. This is absolutely necessary to create really flavorful eggs. And if you do this, you'll become the CEO of your company and you'll be wallpapering your house in $100 bills every weekend, I promise. So let's go ahead and get started on these eggs. We already got this heating up just a little bit, but the first thing I like to do is just get a little bit of salted butter and just get it in there, let it melt down a little bit, all right? Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait. I'm only using one side of the pan, so that's all I'm gonna butter. I'm gonna turn up the heat, get that nice and hot. All right, while that's heating, we're gonna take a little bit of this chimichurri sauce right here, and we're just gonna throw it down. Get that right on top of the butter, right like that. When we crack the eggs, we're gonna crack them on this side right on top of the chimichurri. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. Now you can really make whatever kind of eggs you like to make. We're gonna go with sunny side up, but you can go sunny side down. Even scrambled omelets, this works well any way you're gonna make your eggs, all right? So here we have 2 eggs. I'm gonna take them now that we got this going nice and hot like, you can hear it bubbling. Actually, I'm gonna turn, it's a little bit too hot, so I'm gonna turn that down now to about a 7 out of 10. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get these cracked and right in there. Look at that, are you guys getting hungry yet? I mean, this is the breakfast of champions, as they say. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get this egg in here. All right, and we're just gonna go ahead and let those cook. And what I like to do is, you'll see, in order to promote even cooking, I just like to break them up where they're a little bit thick. Let them get nice and thin all the way around. All right, we're gonna let those cook for just about a minute. I'm gonna wash my hands and I'll be right back. Also, I'm not gonna avoid the salt and pepper here. I'm just adding the chimichurri in addition to it. So a little bit of salt and, excuse me, a little bit of pepper. Now you can see these are getting ready to get done. So here's what I like to do next for sunny side up. I'm gonna take them and I'm just gonna inject just a little bit of water here, like so, and then close it up and let that steam cook those eggs sunny side up. So good. All right, now we're done. Turn that off. Open it away from you so you don't get any of that popping oil. Get these here on a plate. Just like that. Look at that, perfect sunny side up. All that chimichurri, which has some awesome garlic, baked right in there. But we're not gonna stop there, because remember, we have the steak, so follow me. All right, guys, so we're almost done. The eggs are right here. They look absolutely fantastic. And now I know some of you like to see how this steak is done. So let's cut into it and check the final temperature. Look at that, an incredible medium rare. That looks absolutely fantastic, but we're not gonna stop there. See, we have this chimichurri. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna get a little bit on top of our steak here. Oh, look at that. You know what the heck, we're gonna go with a little bit more on top of our eggs, just for fun. Look at that, so good. Now, let's see how it tastes. We're gonna do a little bit of the steak right here. That's a huge bite. I'll go a little bit smaller so you don't have to watch me talk with my mouth full the entire time. And look at these eggs. Oh man, I can't wait. The garlic inside this chimichurri tastes absolutely phenomenal. Get them together just like that. Wow. All that flavor from the chimichurri into the eggs and the steak is absolutely tremendous. Like I said, when you make this, you're gonna go from minimum wage to top wage in no time. And you can thank me later, but in the meantime, I wanna thank you for following me and Red Meat Lover across our food journey as we continue to prepare all different types of meat so we can show you at home how to continue to turn up the tasty. If you like our video, please give us a thumbs up, like, or even better, subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. It's the smallest thing you can do that makes the biggest difference in supporting our channel. Anyway, thanks for checking out this vid, and we'll see you next time. It's phenomenal.